Contractors Chronicles community, it's that time of the week again. Just can't wait to connect. Wow, the week's just going by so quickly. I'm back at work after my operation. I'll be coming in a little bit more regularly, and I'm just so excited because the business is just it's taken on a new dimension this last couple of months. I was sitting on the fence a couple of months ago, really thinking on how I should grow this business, and for me, it was a really tricky situation because, when I started this business, I had the idea of distributing product into the market, specialized waterproofing systems, and we secured one of the top brands into our threshold, and we decided to distribute that specific system. And I just realized it was harder than imagined. And when I went out there to go and sell the system to people that I think might benefit, including myself, I had a flat roof, and I had one of my family members actually build a flat roof, and he got someone who did a torch-on system on the roof, which failed horribly after a couple of years. Now, I really was reluctant doing this flat roof waterproofing system on our roof, and it failed. And I said to myself, got to find another product out there in this market that could really work well, and I did. It took us a while, but we managed to secure the rights to distribute this system. And long story short, I started off distributing it, and I knocked on many doors, brought in a container of this rubber membrane that I wanted to get into the market, and realized it wasn't as easy as I thought. And to distribute this product, actually, it takes a lot of convincing, because the market hasn't caught up with America, hasn't caught up with Europe. And then I decided, gosh, what am I going to do? I was depressed. I got home and I said to my wife, Eddie, I said, what am I going to do? And she said, listen, buckle up, pal, start installing it. You've got this whole container that you need to get rid of, and let's get going. And that's what I did. So, and I'm thankful for that, because it's helped me grow this business, not just dependent on distribution, but we install as well. And because I wasn't very good at the installation side, I developed core competencies in there, because I really needed to put proper systems in place and get better people, so that we can really compete with a world-class service. And that's exactly what we do. So we realized that our core competency, meaning what we do very, very well, is we're very good at handling a client from when they phone right through to when we sign off the deal or the project and get payment for it. That whole process, even including the installation, we seem to be damn good at it. The reviews we've been getting, I've been using a software, every time a client buys from us, they go through the whole process, and when they sign off, we send them a little video of me being the CEO, asking them to rate us on a scale from 1 to 10, our service levels, etc. And we've been scoring exceptionally high. So our customer satisfaction levels are exceptionally high, and I'm not just thumbsucking it. I have the empirical proof, and that was very good for us. And it encouraged me to really grow the waterproofing side of our business far more. Get into roofs, we're now into pools, and we're just taking what our core competency is, and we're going into those different markets. It hasn't been easy. This last week specifically for me, I was irritated because I was sitting on my back, and I just had a lot of pain with this operation that I had. And thank God the business is built on good people and good systems, and it's not completely foolproof, but it definitely allowed me to stay away for the best part of 6 weeks without having to stress that the business is going to fall apart. But it did require me to reflect on some areas that are broken in our business. And I'll just give an example. So we just realized that, we introduced a new stock taking method into our business. And what we do is, when we take stock, one goes in, counts, and another person comes up with another form afterwards. And it's a system. We've basically given like a checklist. This is how we go about doing the stock taking. And what stuck its head out to me was actually quite phenomenal, because this week I get a call saying, it's a pity that we haven't quite handled that stock take yet, and maybe the guys aren't doing the right job, or maybe we should come down and have a look at who's doing the correct stock taking. And discipline the people that are doing the stock taking. It just didn't feel right for me because, we've built this business on people. We value people. We value people so much that there's a lot of trust built in this organization. And I think if we had to just come down on the people that are doing the stock take system, it would be treacherous for our business because we're at the growth stage and we need every single person's support as we grow. And instead of coming down to the person, I realized that we need to look at the process. So we first look, and this is, by the way, this is how Toyota was built as well. They're built on the lean system, or the Kaizen philosophy, never ending improvement, but they always look at the process before they look at the person. And for me, that was a big eye-opener. Sometimes I can't sleep at night because of the pain. And I was reading a book which I thought was very good. It's just teaching me how to systemize my business a little bit better. And I just realized, it says it was drilled into us by Japanese customers that it always is a process issue. It is never a people issue. If someone made a mistake, it was because of the process was not robust or clear enough, or the operator had not been adequately trained. Guys, this is where I want to stop. The responsibility lies with us to grow our business and our enterprise and our contracting business, or any business. The responsibility lies with us. We can't abdicate processes and then fire people because they're not following it. We need to dig deep and find out why aren't they following those processes. We have to protect the people, and too easily I see people throwing people out the bus, and I say, whoa, just stop. Is it a systems problem or a process problem, or is it a people's problem? And for me, it's clear in this specific example, it was a process problem because we had documented it, but we hadn't updated it, and we hadn't trained and made the right people responsible for that specific project, which was the stock taking. So guess what I'm going to end up fixing this week? So this is my role as an entrepreneur now, to come in and fix processes, guide people, coach people into the next area. And yeah, it hasn't been easy. It hasn't been easy. Some days I'm pulling my hair out thinking, is this really worth it? But I have a vivid vision for my business. I have a 3-year plan for my business. I've shared it with the whole team. They're all buying into it. We're all pretty focused on getting there. And this last week, I realized that if I don't nip this in the bud, we're going to be losing people. I've got to come in. I've got to show with good energy that we lead from the front. And responsibility starts with me as an owner. If my people aren't performing, it's not their fault. It's my fault. It's not their fault. If they are not performing in their role, then it is their fault, and I will hold them accountable to it. But if I don't, unfortunately, the buck still stops at me. I hired those people. I've got to make sure that they perform in their role, and I've got to make sure that it's not a process problem, that it's not a process problem or a people problem. I've got to make sure which one it is and work on that. If I've gone down the route of the process and I find out it's 100%, we've implemented it correctly, it's user-friendly, someone's taken responsibility of that process, and they've been trained. Those 4 areas, if I know that that's been done, and they're still not performing, I have no qualm in making sure that person leaves our enterprise, because they can basically write their resume. I'm not interested. But I'm on the other side again. If the processes aren't right, no, let's fix the process before we get rid of the people. Guys, this is all for today. I'm really hoping that you're getting a lot of value out of these sessions that we're having together. And I'm excited to have the next one next week, and the following, and the following. We'll just keep them going. For me to post more, I'd like to hear some comments from you. A thumbs up. Share it with the like-minded people. Share it into a WhatsApp group. Get people, other contractors to subscribe to it, to other business owners to subscribe to it. Being a business owner is a lonely journey. And, if you reach out to someone saying, listen, there's someone that might be able to help you, and he's in our country, even better. It's worth it. It's worth it, because not all the people that are growing their businesses well, and I think we're doing well, are sitting in the States or overseas, America, Europe. If there are some South Africans that are really paving the way to doing wonderful things in their businesses. So myself and my team, that's what we're doing, and we're building this podcast for you as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, as a contractor, growing your business, listening to these things after hours or listening to this thing while you're driving your vehicle. You might just pick up one thing that might change the way you run your business going forward. So guys, please share this with like-minded individuals, and we'll see you next week.